In Malawi, we were able to visit one of the many aid projects, a private initiative which, together with medical assistance, also provides general support in the village. In this house, the volunteers and the heads of the projects are accommodated. We were also able to visit the local kindergarten during a tour. The children, if they are not distracted by us, are eager to learn and follow the lessons. Furthermore, at noon, they get a decent portion of porridge. This is financed through donations. With the two young doctor volunteers, we went to a neighbor village to take care of the small everyday wants of the people. The two English girls take part in this volunteer program for about 3 months. They pay their travel and the accommodation themselves and even brought a few donations in kind like dressing material. Really fantastic young woman. Another project they support is the training of local hygiene experts. It is important to educate people about how diseases are transmitted and how they can protect themselves. This knowledge is then applied directly in the villages through the local experts. And sometimes it is only good to know how to wash your hands properly.
Yep.
A village tour round off our first day. Each village has a corn mill where the women can process their dried grain of maize. In the market, not only the latest stories are exchanged, but also the everyday things of life are offered for sale. Including fish from the lake, of course. And as everywhere in the world, the kids were curious about what we were doing in their village. The last stop was the visit to the clay stove project. The idea behind it is that the families in the village use small clay stoves for cooking. This has some advantages. They need less firewood, which on the one hand preserves the forest and on the other hand spares the back of women, who usually have to transport the wood over long distances. In addition, less soot is formed, and the air in the huts therefore become better for breathing. But this project goes a step further. They have begun to teach some villagers, mostly women, how these clay stoves are made. This way the women can contribute directly to the well-being of the village's families by producing the ovens. And who knows, maybe they can also sell the stoves in the future. That would be great, of course. The necessary raw materials come from the area and are not very expensive. The delicate part of the work, cutting out the fire hole and attaching the handles, is done by the potter master himself. And then everything is prepared for the collection of the clay stoves. Sam, the project manager, again explains how everything works. As an additional incentive, they get a small solar lamp. It looks like the lecture has been appealing. As a little thank you, they sang a song and clapped their hands. And then it comes to the distribution of the clay stoves. Each of the families who have registered for this project will get their stove. Sam will then come around in a few weeks with his team and see if everything works out well. The stoves are heavy and therefore worn on the head home. Let us hope that they use them diligently.